Hi guys, this is Erica from Gokche Capital. Now before I begin, be sure to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. An unprecedented 1,000 manatee died in Florida's Indian River Lagoon this year. What was the cause? We'll find out at the end of this video. But spoiler alert, it has to do with human waste. For septic systems are a prevalent feature in the communities surrounding Indian River Lagoon. And chances are, if you are buying land or a home in a more rural area, you will use a septic system too. So in today's video, we have everything you need to know. Number 1, what is a septic system? According to the Environmental Protection Agency, a septic system is an underground wastewater treatment structure commonly used in rural areas without centralized sewer systems. Number 2, how does a septic system work? The septic system has two main parts, a septic tank and a drain field. Wastewater from the house will flow into the septic tank, which separates water and floatable matter from solids. The solids settle to the bottom of the tank, where they will slowly be decomposed by anaerobic bacteria, while the liquid waste exits from the tank into the drain field. The drain field is a series of perforated pipes located in shallow covered trenches that are dug in unsaturated soil. As the wastewater is discharged from the septic tank and flows through the piping, the porous surfaces allow the wastewater to filter through a layer of gravel into the soil. The soil accepts, treats, and disperses the wastewater, which ultimately discharges into groundwater. A properly designed septic system should filter out most contaminants as the water seeps through layers of gravel and soil. But if the drain field is overloaded with too much liquid, then it can flood and cause sewage to flow to the groundwater. Number 3, your realtor or seller should tell you whether the home uses a septic system. But you can also use the following as a good rule of thumb. If the property uses well water, more often than not, it will have a septic system. If the water line coming into the home doesn't have a meter, or if the water bill or property tax bill shows a $0 sewer charge, chances are the home is on septic. And finally, if all of the neighbors have septic systems, it is a good indication that your home will need one as well. Number 4, how do you find the location of an existing septic system? Well, again, your seller should point out where the septic system has been installed, but you can also look at the home's as-built drawings to pinpoint the location of the drain field and tank. You can also scan your yard for lids and manhole covers that serve as maintenance access ways to the septic system, or you can hire a septic system provider to come out and locate the system for you. Number 5, if your home is on a septic tank, do you need to pump it? The answer is yes. It is recommended that you pump your septic tank annually, although it is possible to go 2 to 3 years between pumping, depending on the number of household inhabitants. And finally, number 6, if you are living in a property with a septic system, what are the do's and don'ts? Do check with the local regulatory agency before installing a garbage disposal unit. This will ensure that your septic system can handle the additional waste. Do be sure to repair any leaky faucets or toilets. You may be surprised at how much water a leaky faucet can discharge into a septic tank, and all of this excess water can overwhelm it. Do use high-efficiency fixtures. Again, this helps avoid overloading the septic system. Do plant only grass over and near your septic system. Roots from trees or shrubs might clog and damage the drain field, so it is a good idea to avoid any larger plants in the nearby vicinity. Do keep records of repairs, plumbing inspections, permits issued, and other system maintenance activities, so there is a record to help troubleshooting problems and future home sales. Use commercial bathroom cleaners and laundry detergents in moderation. Do learn the location of your septic system and keep a sketch of it for service visits and maintenance. Have your septic system inspected at least every 3 years and pumped periodically by a licensed inspector or contractor. Don't use caustic drain openers for a clogged drain. Try boiling water or a drain snake to open clogs. Don't drive or park vehicles on any part of your septic system. And finally, there is a long list of products that you should not put into your septic system, including dental floss, diapers, cigarette butts, coffee grounds, cat litter, paper towels, pesticides, basically any product that is not regular toilet paper. But with that, let's return to the manatees of Indian River Lagoon. By the end of 2021, a massive die-off of seagrass in the eastern Florida lagoon had led to the death by starvation of over 1,000 manatees. Scientists and policymakers had known the lagoon was in trouble since 2011, when algae blooms exploded, choking off the supply of oxygen in the water. Nitrogen contamination was the clear cause of the algae growth, and for years officials had assumed that the source of this nitrogen was fertilizer carried into the lagoon by stormwater runoff. Yet despite a decade of fertilizer prohibitions, the seagrass loss continued unabated. So what was to blame, if not fertilizer? Well, I think you may have guessed it by now, but the answer is wastewater. The algae growth in the lagoon corresponded with rapid population growth in nearby towns, and by 2021, government officials counted at least 300,000 septic systems in the 6 counties surrounding the Indian River Lagoon. Properly engineered septics were long thought to remove most contaminants through the filtration process, but when researchers tested water quality in 20 surrounding communities, they found nitrogen isotopes in both the ground and surface water, as well as sucralose, an artificial sweetener that is a clear indicator of wastewater pollution. As it turns out, conventional septics do very little to remove nitrogen from wastewater given the area's high water table, and all that nitrogen percolates into the groundwater, where it is then carried to the Indian River Lagoon. So what can be done? The clear answer is to remove or upgrade the area's septic systems. And right before the Christmas recess, Florida Governor DeSantis announced more than $53 million in funding to clean the lagoon waters and eliminate thousands of septic systems near the banks of the lagoon. As one Florida legislator says, Florida just wasn't designed geologically to support 20 million people. To keep up with this massive growth, we need a massive undertaking to upgrade our infrastructure and reduce pollutants. And at stake is not only the right to clean water, but the fate of one of Florida's most iconic animals. Now, do you have any stories about septic systems? Let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? You're going to love our Gokche Land Due Diligence program. We'll make you a land due diligence expert in just 7 days. Check it out at gokchecapital.com/glad. And while you're at our website, don't forget to explore our $1 down listings at gokchecapital.com/listings. Finally, don't hesitate to reach out. You can email, call, or text, and we will respond as soon as possible. So thank you for listening, and more to come.